So I have never been someone with much of a green thumb. Honestly, I feel like both my thumbs are actually black. But this past spring, I wanted to do kind of just a few things that we could grow and I could see how I do with them. But because our landlord doesn't like, she didn't want us planting an actual garden in the yard, so I had to use pots and a greenhouse. So nothing really worked except for the sugar snap peas that I did, but I really wanted to do some carrots for Rudnik. And it's end of October now. It's starting to get cold. I really don't think they've grown much, but I'm going to harvest them all now to see if we actually ended up with anything that he can eat. During my first round, this was the only real carrot that survived, so it's now in its own pot. And then I have this potato sack that I kind of just threw a bunch of seeds into and hoped for the best. So I'm really not sure what to expect. Lots of greens, but I really don't think the carrots are like much bigger than that. So we're gonna pull this one first because this one I know is most likely at least like carrot sized. I mean, there's like this one, but that's literally as big as it gets. But this might be the only one that's actually any good. Oh, it's like mutated. I don't think this one's even that big. What is going on here? Okay, so not bad for first time, I guess. But I know these ones really aren't gonna have anything in them because they're pretty small. So yeah. Oh, it's actually not that bad. Yeah, see, this is exactly what I was expecting. Just like that. But I mean, they're basically just baby carrots at this point. So they definitely could have used some more time. But we're almost in November here, so I'm surprised that they're even still holding on. Ooh, that's actually not that bad. I mean, he's got lots of carrot tops to enjoy at least. But I definitely should have thinned these out a bit. That's probably why they didn't do so good. Oh wow. There's actually a couple decent sized ones in here. A little funky looking. This is, you can tell I didn't transplant them until too late because they started growing like sideways. This is what I was expecting them all to look like. I definitely didn't expect any this big. But that's okay. That's not as bad as I was expecting. So we got a few at least. Some of them are actually decently sized, but now we just gotta wash them. Actually not as bad as I was expecting. I definitely expected worse, but this one, that one must have been affected by the frost already because it's hollow. But there's actually some decent sized ones in here. I'm just not sure how they're gonna taste. They might be quite bitter, but this is kind of more so what I was expecting all of them to look like. But I guess we'll see. So I know some people have said that you can keep the carrot tops and grow more carrots from the tops, but honestly, because we are renting right now and we can't have an actual garden and everything needs to be in boxes and planters, I don't think it's even worth trying again next year. If we miraculously somehow end up with our own place where I can have an actual garden, I'll probably just go buy more seeds, but right now I don't think I'm gonna worry about trying to save the carrot tops for next year. I'm not sure if he would eat the carrot tops or not. I kind of wish I had a rabbit or a guinea pig that I could give them to, but I might hang on to those just because Rudnik might like snacking on them. Who knows? If he even likes the carrots. These might be really bitter. I have no idea. I might have to taste one just to see how it tastes. There's definitely some interesting looking ones here. Okay, I'm not even gonna bother saving this one because it's like completely hollow. This is definitely, this is what I was expecting all of them to look like. It's just these little tiny things. I'm going to assume that these are probably very bitter. Those are probably not going to taste so good. Like I said, I have a black thumb. I don't have a green thumb, so we're just trial and error at this point. If I had like my actual, like if I had my own house and I could do like an actual garden, it would probably be different and probably turn out a little bit better, but trying to grow everything in pots is not always easy, especially when it's your first time actually trying to grow anything at all. This one, I think this is the biggest one. Yeah, this one looks like it got cut off midway through growing. I guess we will see what Rudnik thinks, but he's probably gonna tell me to stick to baking. Gardening is not one of my hidden talents, apparently. The sugar snap peas turned out really well, but for some reason, like everything else, it's like almost November and the hot peppers are just starting to flower now. So I don't know why that is, but I don't know if I just didn't water enough, if they were too hot, too cold, whatever it was. I'm probably just gonna wait until I have like an actual yard to have a garden before I give this another try. These are like even too small to be called baby carrots. Those are like newborn carrots. He might just not even care. He might devour them too fast to even notice if they taste good or not. Or he could take one sniff of them and just walk away. So we'll see. But I don't think I'm gonna hang on to these tops because I have to take my car into the shop on Tuesday. So I can't really drive it anywhere until it's been looked at. So I don't think these tops are really gonna last until Wednesday when I go out there again. Probably just compost those. Yeah, I'm like fishing all the last little tiny ones out of the water here. Some of them I'm not even gonna bother trying to save. They're just way too small. That is so tiny. So I'm just gonna compost these tops then because, like I said, I don't think they're gonna survive until Wednesday. I feel like I should probably try these just before I give them to him to make sure they're actually any good. So let's give them one last wash. I mean, they look better than I was expecting. But I think I'm gonna try one of the bigger ones just because it's more likely that those ones aren't gonna taste horrible. It's actually not bad. Not like super sweet, but honestly, it still tastes better than a store-bought carrot. There we go. And this is why I say I have a black thumb. I got like maybe 3 or 4 decent sized carrots out of that batch, but it only took me like, I think I started them probably way too early. I think I've had my gardening fill for now until I get a house anyways. But I think Rudnik will like these. These are actually pretty good. I might actually eat this one myself.